That's it printed. That's got to go in there. Yeah, we'll go downstairs and have a look at it. Hi guys, revisiting one of my really old videos. 2013 CD Hovercraft. I make no claims to have invented the idea. There were plenty of videos about it back then. I think all I did was had one of these bottle tops which you could seal by pushing it down, but it was also a handy lip on it for putting a balloon on. These are rather old balloons, they'll probably burst as soon as we try and use them, but yeah, that was a nice lip on there that would hold the balloon for you. And I'd hot glue that top into the middle of the CD, then you'd blow the balloon up, and when you release the air comes out underneath, obviously, and that has enough effect to lift it off the ground and act like a hovercraft, and you can push it along. Very simple to do, and obviously I got a 3D printer now, so I thought I could 3D print a nozzle instead of using a bottle top. Now, what's prompted this is I was actually looking for hovercraft on Thingiverse and saw a lot of these had been done something like this. So I thought, well, I'll do my own version. I don't imagine I'll get as many views on this as I have on the old one. The old one's got 1.5 million views on it. I'll be lucky if I get into 3 figures. In fact, I'm lucky if I get over about 20 or 30 views nowadays. Life has moved on. Anyway, theory is I've made that so that will fit onto there. It was easier to do it that way round than print it in one piece because I want a little lip to push down through that. Let's get this the right way up. I want the shiny surface facing down. That should be a really tight fit on there. We can get it on. Yeah, that's going to go on there. And it should stick out with just a tiny lip. Like that. So it lines up properly. So then I'll put, oh, that's actually fitting quite well, but I am going to glue it. Super glue in place, then put the balloon on it. I've had some ideas. Now, in the past, we wouldn't have worried about just blowing into that. We didn't worry about several people blowing into the same balloon. But nowadays, you probably want to use a pump of some sort. One of these cheap ones. That will go in there. It's going to be a bit of a pain to try and hold it in place and pump it. And I did think we could possibly use one of these O-rings to help the seal. Don't know. Might use it, might not. In fact, being as I'm doing it on my own, I'll probably just blow it up by blowing straight into it. Or you could blow the balloon up first and try and push it on top. Anyway, super glue. Right. Probably too much super glue on there anyway. We'll leave that to dry. And then we'll try it out. Well, this suddenly became far more interesting than I expected. Because I 3D printed this nozzle, or whatever you want to call it, I put a big hole in it. On the original bottle top thing, the hole is quite restricted. Up here, I mean at this end obviously it's quite big, but it's quite restricted up here. So the air doesn't rush out of here as quickly as it does out of this one. You may be able to think ahead and guess why I've got that there, but I'll demonstrate. Oh, it gets a little bit noisy. Right, you can twist it to seal it and then let it go. So you can see it works, but the air is coming out far too fast. So it exhausts itself in a short distance. So we could either reprint it with a more restricted hole in it or add some weight. So conveniently, we can push that straight through there. That's just my reel of solder off the table there. Just adds a bit of weight. All right, this time, once it's untwisted itself, there we go, nice and gentle and last for a long time. So, as I said, far more interesting than I expected. I suppose what would be really clever would be to 3D print something where you had a selection of nozzles, so you could change the diameter and see which one worked best to reduce the power coming out, or have a selection of weights, because I rather like the way that that lifts a significant weight. It's not really heavy, but it's lifting that weight and acting as a hovercraft. I'll just do that one more time with the weight on it. The other thing you'll probably notice is because I'm blowing into it, there's moisture forming on the surface there from my breath. There we go. As soon as the air runs out, it doesn't float along anymore. Yeah, like I said, far more interesting than I expected. And it might be interesting to try and print a few different nozzles, or just inserts to fit in the top there to make it narrower and reduce the airflow, as long as you don't accidentally swallow them. But yeah, that's obviously too big. Too much air is going through. It's lifting it up. Well, we'll do it one more time. One more time without the weight on it. Yeah, I like the sound effect, but you need a restrictor in there to reduce the airflow or add weight. Thanks for watching. You'll always find more information down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. You might like to subscribe just here. Over here is my latest video on my channel, and down below is a playlist related to what you've just been watching. Thanks again for watching.